People of Reddit, what was your I'm dating a fucking idiot moment?
We were having dinner when I mentioned I couldn't eat cheese because I'm lactose intolerant. He asked how I could eat eggs. I told him that lactose was found in dairy, which comes from cows. He vehemently rejected my explanation that eggs did not come from cows and were not dairy and wouldn't believe me until he Googled it for himself.
He kept applying for jobs and getting denied instantly. At the time, I didn't understand and was upset for him. Come to find out, this 26-year-old was applying for jobs driving armored trucks for banks, with a record for stealing money from cash registers. I didn't know at the time that he had ever been arrested, but this man literally had robbery and theft on his record and couldn't understand why an armored truck company wouldn't hire him.
This just jogged a memory that's over a decade old. I was visiting my aunt one afternoon having tea, and I, 18 at the time, could overhear an argument between my cousin and his dad when he shouted, "I don't know why you keep blaming me just because I'm the one who did it." I had to excuse myself.
My ex-girlfriend, in all seriousness, said electric vehicles and power stations was a great invention. For people being blind, it has to be so much easier for them to drive if they don't have to fill the tank with gas. Took her about half an hour of me laughing before she realized I understood that blind people in fact cannot drive.
My ex thought he could play hockey and found what he thought were the holy grail of skates. He bought them for $200. I don't know the price as it was a long time ago. His friend, who lived in a city an hour and 20 minutes away, told him he got the same skates for $195. So my ex, in his old Camaro that cost $50 in gas round trip, returned the skates he got for $200 and drove 1 hour and 20 minutes to get the skates that were $5 cheaper. That should have been the biggest red flag. But sadly, it turned out I was the fucking idiot who stayed with him for a few more years.
Used to work in retail. It would have you think this is a normal thing. Guy bought a pair of bike tires off us for 20 bucks, then saw they were cheaper at the other branch 15 km away. How much cheaper, you ask? 50 cents.
My first boyfriend was trying to convince me to do anal and told me, "It'll feel good because it stimulates the prostate." I'm female. Same guy. It's the male kangaroo that has the babies. Bonus fact, we're Australian.
It's the male seahorse that has the babies. Trust me, I'm a kangaroo. I know this.
Was just lounging about one Sunday and skiing came on the TV. At one point, the commentator said that contestants reached 100 kilometers per h at that point in the race. The ex literally shouted bullshit at the telly. I looked at her and asked why. She replied that there was no way that they could tell how far they'd go in an hour, since the race was only 2 minutes long. Another time, I have an aunt who lives in London. Is that near England?
It was when vampire-related shows and movies were in the height of their popularity. He became obsessed with vampires. When we would go outside, he started to act like the sun was hurting him, and he would shield his face with his hands while groaning in pain. Think of Jim from The Office with his vampire prank, only he was more dramatic and serious. Okay, now I feel less embarrassed knowing I'm not the only one who was in a relationship with someone who said they were a vampire.
He put a load of laundry in with mixed color and whites, poured in bleach to whiten the whites. Was shocked that the bleach bleached everything in the load. I had to explain that the bleach will bleach everything you put in it, as the bleach cannot discern what you want bleached or not. He was shocked, truly stunned and flabbergasted. Thank you for the award.
This was when I was fairly new in America. I was dating this girl, and she was living in college dorms. It was her first time living alone, and her mom did all her chores, even laundry. I came over because she asked for help. I told her, separate the whites from colored clothes. I kid you not, and I swear I'm not making this up. She said, "Are you a racist? It's 2010. Segregation is not cool." I told her, "Do what you think is right." Then did exactly what your partner did. Fucking bleach.
He told me he had a lot of inventions and how rich he will be when one sells. I asked him to tell me more. He says his best invention is eye drops that, with just one application mind you, eliminate the need for eyeglasses. The guy is a mailman, not a doctor, not a scientist, and he wears glasses. So I said, if these eye drops work, why do you wear glasses? The eye drops don't exist yet. But when someone else actually formulates these fantasy eye drops, my mailman friend thinks he will get the money because he invented them by dreaming them up. Edit. I dated him very briefly years ago. He didn't have any patents. Just misguided dreams. Nice guy. Just, well, a special kind of small former coal mining town kind of idiot. When he left the window open in the middle of summer because the air conditioning made the house too cold. He didn't turn off the air conditioner and argued that it wouldn't have made a difference. Edit. I want to clarify that he argued having the window open wouldn't make a difference as to how much the AC ran. I got home and the house was warm and very humid. The AC had been running constantly.
Subscribe to the channel to see more life stories.